take advantage of a program that through word of mouth here in Peekskill told me that the Jam Peak shelter had a program that if you went down there and you were homeless, that you could actually, come up from that. And I was a little reluctant to do it because, I was worried about how people would see me because I was homeless or whatever. And, during that time period, I had to actually be a big boy, man up, because I didn't want to put any more strain on my mom. And I wanted to do, God bless the child that has his own. I wanted to come up. And I've been a working person all my life, so I don't feel bad with, social services teaming up with Jam Peak Shelter and helping me get back on my feet.
I like it here, to be honest with you. I'm not so incredibly, I want to get out of here, don't get me wrong. But, it gives you, for me, it just, I can go to work, I can come back, I was able to look for a place to live, and then, now I can process the paperwork, and while it gets done, I still have a place I can live, and then I'll move out of here and be on my own.
I was sent to Jam Peak, a God saver. I was very depressed. I did not know what was going to happen to me after living such a life, and then coming to, you always hear like things about shelters, and you see everything's in the movies, like how bad it is, and I'm like, oh my God, here I was on top of the world, and here I'm down in the dumps, and what am I gonna do? I came to Jam Peak, and very friendly people, and very clean, very nice, and I'm like, wow, it's nothing like the real world. Well, I don't know much about the real world, but it's portrayed on TV to be like the worst of the worst. And as a female, I really didn't know what to expect. But I thank God for Jam Peak. I really do.
Let's see. I don't know. Maybe I look at things a little differently. I never thought in a million years I'd be in a homeless shelter. Never. And it's a pretty humbling experience. And it's hard to try to keep your grace and dignity through the whole thing. You come here with a lot of trepidation. You hear homeless shelter, and immediately, you remember, or you watch TV and you see what, homeless people are portrayed as. And it's not like that at all.
The food is spectacular. It is delicious.
The food.
You get fed this like abundance of food all the time. And I gained like about 10 pounds since I was in Jam Peak.
If you want the food, come right here, because everything they bring here is delicious. And every Saturday and Sunday, we always have pizza. It was all wrapped up nicely, and I got some new t-shirts and everything. I did appreciate that too, because I was without clothes that winter. I did appreciate it. I felt very happy about it, like, wow, somebody thought of me. I felt like a little kid again, I'll be happy to say. That was a great feeling, The hardest night to get through was somebody snoring. That was hard. And getting up all in and out of the night. That was hard.
As far as like altercations and not getting along, it'd be like any normal family in a sense. You don't always get along, but no, I've never witnessed any outright fights or, anything like that. You gotta deal with stuff, some people snore in there,
Truthfully, sometimes, because the water, it's not always on and someone is always in the bathroom, but other than that, not really too much problems, it is a very nice place to be in, you know? Not too many other shelters would show this, so it is a very nice place. Everybody is nice as long as you treat them nice. That's why this shelter should be supported. It respects everybody.
The other residents, they kind of cool, get along with. Sometimes they got a little issues, but I could deal with that.
You know, the staff, for the most part, you know, they've been really supportive, you know. You know, they talk to you, see how you're doing. And I don't know,
I would like to thank Ms. Banks. She's one of the best reasons why I like this place. Ms. Banks is such a great helper. If you come here, I promise you will get all the help that you need for whatever you need, especially housing and employment services and anything else that you need. Oh, the relationship is actually awesome. She's like a second grandmother to me. Of course, she's much younger, and what I'm trying to say is she's the best friend you can have at this shelter. When she took me into her car just to talk to me, and also when she gave me some Christmas gifts, I remember that first Christmas I was here in December. It was the best Christmas I've ever had, man.
The staff, I get along with the staff. Go ahead. Ain't no problem with the staff.
That's nice. And
They were there for me. All the workers are very nice and friendly.
My name is Linda Banks. I'm the case manager here at the Jan Peek House Shelter. I've been working here for about 5 years. It's a wonderful place.
Hi, my name is Miles Banks. I'm a volunteer here at the Jan Peek Shelter. This is my first year volunteering, and so far it's pretty good.
Hi, my name is Stanley Moore. I'm the facility coordinator here at Jan Peek House, 200 North Water Street. I've been employed here for about 2 years.
My name is Melvin Woods. Currently, I'm a client care worker here at the Jan Peek House. I've been here since about 1995 as a part-time pre-dem worker.
Hi, my name is Carol McGill, and I work here at Jan Peek. I've been working here for over 10 years.
I'm Ruth Wells, and I'm the chairperson of the board at SHOP. This is my second term as chair, and I've been on the board since 2005.
Jan Peek is a warm shelter. You get a sense of coziness. It is a facility. We have rules and regulations like any other shelter. But people come to the Jan Peek House Shelter because they choose to come here. We're always welcoming. You know, sometimes a person appreciates having structure. And we're very structured, but yet nurturing.
Yes, we have a guideline of rules and regulations that clients must abide by, chores that they must do. We try to get them here at 6 o'clock every evening for dinner, to eat as a family.
The little things you have to do, yeah, you have to do chores and things like that. That doesn't bother me at all, you know. It's just something you got to do.
I remember when I first stayed there, in my beginning days of staying there, I couldn't understand certain things, you know, because that was me wanting what I wanted when I wanted it. You know, why can't you be back in the dorm area, you know, after a certain time during the day? Well, you know, it took me all of maybe one afternoon of really understanding that.
follow the rules.
Well, when a resident doesn't follow the rules, a narrative is written up on him or her, and it's given to the case manager, who evaluates it. Sometimes she sits down with myself or the director, and we evaluate it. Paperwork is sent to DSS. That person may be transferred to another facility.
My staff is really, really very smart and equipped. Some of my staff have been homeless. So we give, Jan Peek gives them an opportunity to get back on their feet, and they actually are role models for some of the residents here. And it's just a good place. It's just really a good place.
Before becoming facility coordinator, I've also had a few minor setbacks in life. Back in '96, I was homeless myself for approximately maybe 2 years, and I got my life together, and you know, through God's grace and His mercy, I was able to obtain a GED and go back to school and receive my KSAC T, and I became a productive member of society. And before coming to J&P House, I worked at Grace Church in White Plains for 11 years, and I relocated and landed this job here at J&P House, where we're all a family.
As a recovering alcoholic, I know how important it is to get the support and understanding that you need. We are not, with sick people, we're not bad people.
Fortunately, I've been able to relate to a lot of those issues because, you know, some of them I've been there too in the past. So I guess that's the most challenging part, you know, being able to, you know, assist people when they want to sit down and talk to you.
Well, the relationship here with the majority of the residents is good. You know, it wavers sometimes. I mean, there are, you know, those that are dealing with different issues, you know, and if you're not educated to be able to deal with certain situations, it could be a little hectic. But we haven't had many problems here at J&P as far as staff and residents.
We like to treat the residents with respect. One thing for sure is, you know, they had a lot of problems on out being homeless. When they come here, I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel comfortable, that they can sit in a chair, you know, collect their thoughts, you know what I mean? And at the same time, staff here is helping them put together some kind of plan for their future existence.
It's basically up to them, but we do have job referrals, penny saver. Sometimes we know of agencies that are hiring, and we'll send that person to that agency. We will show them how to properly dress for an interview. So it's very successful.
One thing I like about the J&P House, you know, since I've been working there, I've been exposed to other shelters, but I've never seen a shelter run as efficient as this one.
I'm in charge of many things concerning the shelter, refrigeration, air conditioning, the volume of people that we have here at the shelter, responsible for a lot of different things, food, and cleanliness of the shelter.
It's totally different than most shelters you find in Westchester County or in New York State. For example, when residents, we like to tell residents, you know, this is your house, we are the guests. You know, that's something that I normally tell them, we are the guests here, I go home at night.
I came here with a lot of fear. I mean, I heard, you know, you don't want to go to a homeless shelter and this and that, and I had no choice.
The other shelter was kind of bad. It's kind of, a lot of people couldn't figure out like what to do. This shelter is more quiet, less people, less drama. More activities to do.
It was like prison all over again. They patted you down. There was gates all over the place. You couldn't go inside the building. I mean, forget it. It was, I went to the door and turned around and came out and went back. I told my parole officer, I can't either put me back in prison or, but I'm not going into that shelter. Yeah. You know, And like I said, over here was the first time that somebody really cared about me.